Oh, yeah, maybe coming up here was the wrong idea. Morning everyone, so it's currently day 2 on our cruise between Sydney and Eden. So we're going to dock down in Eden tomorrow morning, which means that today we've actually got a day at sea. Now, for anyone that hasn't cruised before, that essentially means that we ain't getting off. The ship won't be stopping and we'll be in transit and travelling all day. Now, anyone that's followed this channel in the last vlog series will know that I love a sea day because you can switch off from the world, you can make yourself as busy or as quiet as you want, but I'm going to cover that shortly. Now, as you can probably tell, anyone that knows me, I am not long up. I'm not ready at all to go and face the crowds out the main ship. So I decided this morning to start my day in probably my favourite way to do it on a day at sea on a ship, and that is to just not even go to a restaurant and get white table service and get spoiled, but literally to just stay in my room and actually ask the crew to bring my breakfast to me. So the good thing about Princess is that all room service is included, and that includes breakfast obviously. So I've ordered a couple of bits to the room with some coffee, with some orange juice, and it means that I can actually just be comfy, watch a bit of TV while hopefully it heats up out there, and then can head out onto the deck in a bit. But look, for now, I'm going to show you what breakfast looks like here, and I'll come back and walk you through the plan for today when I'm a little bit better presented. Okay, so this is breakfast this morning, and the relatively disappointing thing here actually is that it's been made up for 2 people, which I know it's a bug, like a pet hate, but when I arrive in a restaurant and I sit at one place setting and they don't take away the other, you always kind of feel as though it looks like you're waiting for someone. But today, I mean, this actually isn't what I ordered, so I think I've potentially got someone else's breakfast today. But we've got 2 mugs, we've got 2 sets of cutlery, we've got an entire flask of coffee. Just a bit of a weird one. I think, yeah, I must have got the wrong order this morning, because Princess are usually pretty good at, yeah, only giving you what you need for one person, because you actually write that on the form when you book it. But hey, look, yeah, I think I was raving a minute ago about not having to go to the buffet. I think I'll probably need a snack before lunch, because the reality here is that we've got a banana, a Danish, and a couple of bits of melon. Where kind of what's missing from here is like the hot food and also the like granola or like cereal, I guess. So yeah, little bit disappointed, but hey, at least I can chill out and eat this in my own time. So I am now up, actually showered and changed, so feel a little bit more presentable for talking to you guys. But hey, look, as I said a minute ago, this is a full day at sea on board Coral Princess. So we're heading down to Eden, and what that means is that today we've got pretty much the entire day to just enjoy the ship. Now, this to me means that typically I have quite a busy day on the ship, just because I don't really enjoy sitting in the corner reading a book. I would much rather be activity to pass the time, and that's why I really enjoy Princess. I mean, I know I mentioned in the last video, I can't remember if I mentioned earlier, but the schedule is so busy on Princess, so you can literally fill your entire day if you want to. And that's important, because if you don't want to, there's nobody there ticking off what you are or aren't going to, so there's absolutely zero pressure from anyone for you to even do anything. If you want to lay in bed all day, you're more than welcome. Pop your do not disturb sign up and no one is going to come in. But hey, look, my plan for today was a couple of movies on. I was going to say this morning. This morning's pretty much gone. It's, what, midday now. So should that be shameful that I haven't left the room and it's midday? I'm going to say no. But 1 o'clock we've got the first movie, and then there's another one at 5. So one of them is in the theatre and the other's on the top deck. So hopefully by the time it's time for the top deck one, it'll have warmed up a little bit and we can actually go and sit outside on the top deck. That would be lovely. But other than that, it's, to be honest, going to be an afternoon of a couple of like deck games. I think there's some games down in the atrium to play, and then I also love a proper table service lunch on a sea day. But the activities that are on today are So there's games under the stars, which I'm not sure what that is. I think it's probably, my bet would just be it's going to be like poolside games in the afternoon. And then there's actually, so today there's a Flippy Cup Championship, which, is there a cup? Yeah, there's a cup here. So Flippy Cup, for anyone that's not aware, you basically start with a cup, like perched on the edge. Like if that's a table, probably doing a terrible job of explaining this. If that's a table, you've got the cup slightly over, and then basically you just have to flip it, and then whoever's cup ends up like that, flat on the table, would get the point. So usually, being a Brit, that's a drinking game that we've inherited from the Americans. So I'm pretty sure that on Coral Princess it's not going to be a drinking game, but who knows, let's wait and see. And then from that point it's going to be into the evening. That'll take us pretty much right up until 5 o'clock. So actually, one more thing before we go. At 5 o'clock they've got a potentially brilliant event. So as you will know, Princess have this Movies Under the Stars concept where they've got that huge TV on the pool deck, and they'll play movies, they'll do TV shows at certain times during the day. Now, one thing that they've also started doing, which I actually have a lot of respect for this, they've started putting live concerts up there. So I can't remember what it was when we were in Alaska. I wish I could remember, but it wasn't really anyone that I would really be into. But today should be good fun. So they've got the Shania Twain 2014 Vegas concert showing up there at 5 o'clock. So that might be quite cool to check out before dinner. I won't be able to show any clips to you guys in terms of audio because of copyright on YouTube, but I'll take you up and show you what that looks like as well. But look, for now, if I can ever take myself away from this view, it's time to get out and explore the ship. Okay, up on the top deck today, as you can see, the weather is pretty much perfect. Now, one tip that I would give anyone that is planning to go on a cruise in the future is that you need to be really careful, because sometimes, without even trying, the cakes just appear and they just happen to fall onto your plate and you just have to eat them. Do you know, this is the first time I've been on a cruise and I've found the buffet at the front of the ship. They're usually always overlooking the back, so it's really nice to be able to sit here and just lose yourself to what's going on out the front. And on the way out, they were in the process of setting out lunch. Now, I am now glad that I had the cake a minute ago, because the food in here, I mean, it just looks excellent. So one thing that I would say is I've got a ship tour that you can watch elsewhere on the channel, and you'll be able to see some of the food options on this ship, but generally speaking, the buffet here, every single time I've been in, the quality is just absolutely brilliant. Okay, it is blowing a gale up here. I always think you look at the brochures for cruises and you see everyone relaxing on sun loungers, but I actually think that has only happened on one of our cruises this year, so yeah, don't believe what you see in all the magazines. But, so I have just been for coffee and a cake. Yes, before lunch, I know, that's probably something I shouldn't admit to. But I'm now heading down for lunch in the main dining room. So I said earlier, but I love just chilling out with a proper lunch on a day at sea, because time is completely on your side. So I'll show you what that's like down there. After that, I'll be heading to the cinema, which is in the theatre. Because as you can, well, you maybe can't tell from here, but it's a little bit windy to be sitting out today, so definitely won't be doing that unless it heats up a good bit later on. But yeah, for now, let's go and have lunch. Okay, so just left the restaurant, and lunch actually ended up brilliant today. So I ended up at a table with 5 other people, one of whom was a solo traveller, so no idea where she was last night, but anyway, I've now found other solos. But you know when you get a good group and you just have a group that can have a conversation? So we ended up, lunch dragged out over about 90 minutes, which was great. Caught Flippy Cup on the way out, which I'll show you in a minute. Unfortunately, before you ask, nope, I didn't win, so I haven't added medal number 2 to the neck, unfortunately, but hey, maybe next time. I have just discovered that there is an amazing promenade deck here, so You can't really see on this camera. I'll flip the camera now and show you where I am, but I absolutely love it when you've got a prom deck that wraps around the entire ship, so you can go for a walk all the way around deck 7 on here. So chilling out here for a bit, and after this I'm going to go and grab a brew up at the buffet, so get a coffee up there, and then go and watch Bohemian Rhapsody, which is on Movies Under the Stars up on the pool deck, so I'll see you up there. Okay, look, before we go up to the top deck, I do just need to pause and show you this promenade deck. Now, in all the ships that I've been on over the last couple of years, I have found it quite difficult to escape crowds, and I've actually found it quite difficult to just come somewhere really quiet and chill out, especially somewhere outside. Now, this deck, if that's what you're looking for, absolutely will offer you that, because genuinely it's as if the rest of the ship didn't actually know this deck was here. You would come down here at all times of day and there would be no one there. I imagine it's because most people on the ship have got a balcony and therefore they don't come and use the open deck, but yeah, absolutely brilliant. Now on that note, we'll head up to the top deck. As you can see, it's coffee and cookie and a movie time under a blanket, which who can ask for more? Well, to be honest, I could if there wasn't a blanket involved. It would be significantly better. But hey, quick movie and then head back downstairs. So I'm now doing the least me thing that I think I've ever done on a cruise, which is heading back to my room for a nap. So anyone that's cruised with me before will probably get a bit of a fright hearing me say that, but do you ever have those days when sometimes you wake up, you have breakfast, you have lunch, and then you realise that you're still absolutely knackered, so you might as well just head back to bed for a bit? So that's exactly what I did today, and it's probably worth plugging now that my cabin on board was an ocean view, and it's one of the few times that I've actually stayed in one of those rooms, so I'll upload a little picture now of the view from the bed, but it was really, really nice actually, and dead relaxing. So I've got a room tour that I'm going to get up on YouTube as well, so I'll try and link that into the video now. But yeah, after a quick nap, I'm going to head up and show you the Shania Twain concert, and then I'll catch up with you next when we're getting ready to go out tonight. Hi guys, so I'm jumping on very quickly. Now today has been probably the most chilled day that I've had in such a long time. I honestly couldn't tell you the last time that I just completely switched off from the world. I've even napped today, which is very unlike me. But hey look, tonight's looking great actually. So we're going to Bayou, which is one of the speciality restaurants on board, which I'll talk to you about just shortly when I show you what we've eaten. But heading down there tonight with two friends that I've actually just met today, so really looking forward to that. After that tonight, it looks as though it's going to be maybe a bit of a repeat from Discovery Princess. So I actually love karaoke. I hate doing it. I doubt I will do it on here because the venue is huge and it's one of those like 2-story venues, so definitely not me in front of a microphone tonight. But going to spend a bit of time there, and also they've got a few game shows going on around the ship tonight. So I think that's going to be it for this evening. Tomorrow we dock in Eden, which I cannot wait to get off this ship tomorrow. I have a sneaky suspicion it's going to be quite a small town that we're going to, but I'm hoping that I can find a way to whale watch when we get there. So many passengers that I've met have told me that there should be quite a lot of whales there at this time of year. So if you're watching this in the future, it's currently October at the point of filming this, so hopefully those people are right, because I have never seen whales before, so hopefully we can tick that off tomorrow. And yeah, look, for now, I guess we'll get out and we'll get down to Bayou and we'll explore a night on Coral Princess. hey look, if you've got a cruise booked on Coral Princess, or if you're considering booking one, then I really would recommend that you consider trying Bayou. Now, I'm usually not the biggest fan of speciality dining restaurants because I often find that as a solo traveller, my biggest advantage or my biggest benefit to going speciality is that I get the luxury of sitting at a table on my own rather than being forced to quite often share in the main dining room. I often find that the food is pretty similar, but in here it was a real step up from what we were getting in the main dining room. So you do pay extra for here. It's not a huge amount, but in my opinion, it's definitely worth giving it a shot. And after dinner, it was along to the Universe Lounge. So this is a massive venue that if you have seen my ship tour, you'll have heard me talking about it, but I loved it in here because it was just absolutely monstrous. But as I say, I loved it from a viewing perspective. It probably made actually doing karaoke a complete nightmare because you're now being watched by hundreds and hundreds of people. Now after that, we headed out to one of the game shows, which was Higher or Lower with Karen, our cruise director, where basically you had to stand up if you thought the year was on the left-hand side or sit down if you thought it was on the right. Unfortunately, again, I can tell you, didn't do very well, but I'm told it's the taking part that counts, and that's what I'm going to go with. But yeah, after that, it was the long walk back to the cabin to get ready for bed, so I'll see you in there. Hey guys, so that's me back in my cabin. Actually, probably the earliest that I've ever made it back to my cabin on a cruise, so it's currently 10 to midnight, which anyone that's met me on a ship before knows that I'm a bit of a night owl, and I would usually use this time to go and do a bit of filming, go and do, well, just potter about the ship and explore it really. But I done a lot of that last night, so I'm quite looking forward to now getting like quite an early night. So it's me and my friends here that are in bed by midnight. We dock tomorrow in Eden at about 7 AM, so really excited actually to see what my first Australian port looks like. I actually have no idea what to expect, so yeah, I don't really know what it's going to look like, but can't wait to wake up tomorrow and look out that window and hopefully see something very different to what we left in Sydney. But look, for now, thank you so much for watching this video. Hopefully you're enjoying these, and if you are, please think about giving it a thumbs up, please think about subscribing to the channel, and I will see you tomorrow in Eden. Good night, bye.